Hey, welcome back to The Mind Deal. I got a story for you guys today that I hope you like. It's about tragedy, compassion, and heartbreak. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And I hope that you get something out of it, because I had a good time interviewing this guy. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like below. So, all right, what's your name? Where you from, and how old are you?
James Barber, 32 years old, Biloxi, Mississippi.
All right, James, I appreciate you taking the time to do this interview with me today, man. What's your drug of choice?
Crystal meth.
That's a meth, hell of a drug. Heard a lot about it myself. For you, what was your first experience with substance use? Like, what age were you?
I was around 8 years old after, I had my first beer, in that sneaky behavior and that addict behavior, and the substances took off by about 10 years old.
So, when you did first use, what way did you use?
It was alcohol, marijuana.
Okay.
And then it graduated on to bigger and better things.
So for you, at what point did your use stop being enjoyable and you realized it started taking over?
Well, probably at about 10 years old.
Really?
Yes, sir.
So, what effects has your addiction had on your life, physically, legally, and emotionally? And, like, what kind of things at that age? I know you started very young. So, like, what kind of things did you have to get into, support your habit and everything? I mean, in other words, like, what's your story?
So, life was humble beginnings. I started off back when I was a child. I would go to they used to have cigarette aisles when I was a little kid. I would go and snatch cigars off the cigarette aisles, and I was smoking cigars at like 5 years old, 6 years old, out in the woods, and by the time I was 8, I took beer from my pops and was drinking with my cousins, and then parties started to happen. I started hanging out with the older crowd, 9 years old, smoking weed and drinking beer was getting a little more familiar with that inebriated feeling, because for me, getting high wasn't like oh boom, I'm high and I feel good. Like, I've built up to it, and that was with substance use. Then pills. By the age of 10, time I was 13. Had to be hospitalized and admitted into a behavioral health center because I was, the SWAT team busted in the house because I threatened to kill my father because he flushed my Xanax down the toilet and took my money when I was dealing to support my habit at 13, and I told him I was going to kill him, and the SWAT team came in the house.
Sure.
Yeah, so they admitted me, and that was the first time I ever heard the word addiction. By the time after that, I was, getting into ecstasy. I was getting into other drugs. 15 years old, I got introduced to meth, and that's my flavor. That was what taken hostage by. And there's a lot of stories in between, you know, but I got in a car wreck, needless to say, at the age of 15, and you know, it split my head wide open. I got a huge scar on my head where they had to, you know, do surgery, and then that gave me an excuse to take pain pills and abuse pain pills, and then on top of it, you know, I'm using meth and cocaine too. Cocaine's a part of my story. By the time I was 18, I had been in and out of juvenile corrections, and they wouldn't allow me to go back to any school, so I had to get my GED under a stipulation, or serve 5 years as an adult. Got my GED on the third try. They only gave me 3 times, and got my GED on the third try, and got out and graduated. You know, and you know, built houses. I built houses for a living. And that was mainly to support my habit. I had a beautiful loft apartment in Gulfport, on the water. You know, I had cars, I had women. You know, I thought that was living, and that was all before my 21st birthday. I ended up getting locked up again for a burglary of a occupied dwelling with a weapon, home invasion, and I was 20 years old, and fought that case for about a year, and I got stabbed. I don't know what it was a direct result of, but it was wrong place, wrong time type situation. A lot of that in my life, a lot of that in my story, you know, and I literally got exiled from the state of Mississippi, which I can't go back to, and yeah, I came up here to Virginia in 2012. You know, I found the dope dealers, I found the meth heads, you know, and thought I was going to take over. The only thing that ended up happening is I ended up ingesting an 8-ball.
Why'd you ingest 8-ball?
Well, there was a lot of stuff going on around the trap that I was operating out of, and the police were involved, where they were trying to search me, and I ate the ball, you know, and got searched and got away from it, and needless to say, I thought I was going to be able to throw it up. You know, it never came back up. And I went on the ride of my life for about 7 days before I shot myself in the head.
Oh, man. You say you shot yourself in the head, like, what do you mean?
As in, like, I took a .38 caliber, snub nose, Saturday Night Special, and put it underneath my chin and pulled the trigger. That's what I mean by shooting myself.
Damn, man. That's, you know, looking at you, I mean, I can see, you only have the one good eye, but I didn't know you would have thought that was a story that you just don't look like it, you know. You would think that All I can say is, like, I understand, like, you've been through an experience firsthand where, you know, very few individuals get to walk away and live from, right? And I mean, I think that's incredible, man. So, is that what made you stop using?
No. I continued to use. Mind you, I was 23 when I shot myself in the head. That was 2013. I have been in and out of jail since then. Nothing major until 2016, and caught a distribution case, and you know, ultimately got out on of that one too, on my own recognizance. I cussed the judge out. Funny story, I'm gonna say it real quick. Literally was in front of the judge, and he goes, "What's wrong with you? Are you drunk or high?" I looked to the bailiff. I said, "Tell this motherfucker I've been shot in the head." And he goes, "Oh, whoa, all right, sit on." That's how it happened. And I got out, and I'm on parole right now because of it. Still, you know, like getting violated and stuff over the past 6 years. I've probably done a solid 2 of them out of the 5 years I've served so far. 2 of them I've served in county, and then you know, I get out, and I got this beautiful wife of mine. And she wasn't my wife on paper, but she was my fiance, and I you know, got her a ring. We were engaged. We were engaged to be wed. We just didn't have the money. We never had the money because we were getting fucked up, and she ends up ODing. I end up ODing, and that's the reason why I stopped, and that's the reason why I'm staying sober today. Because not only did I OD and almost die from that, it took my world from me. Drugs and alcohol have stripped me of, you know, being peaceful.
Man, you got one of the most powerful stories that I've heard yet, just because of the things. And I mean, I know we skimmed through it because of the time, but I mean, and the things that you've been through, I mean, you've got a story, like, by the time you were 15, you've done more things than some grown men have done, you know, like, they've lived 50 years. And I understand today you're actually celebrating something, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm 6 months clean and sober today, off all substances. Today is my exact 6-month date. My clean date is April 9th of 2021, and today is, what, October 9th?
Yeah, I think, yes it is, October 9th.
October 9th, 2021, 6 fucking months. Bam.
Do you got anything that you would say to the people who may be watching this video, who are still actively using, who maybe are trying to change their lives, but just keep falling back into it? Do you have any advice for a family member that may be watching this video of an addict?
Yeah. You know, just keep coming back. Get in with the winners. Stick with the winners. Get into a program. Save your own ass, because ain't nobody gonna save it for you.
Amen to that, man. Amen to that. And would you be interested in maybe doing a part 2 of this video, maybe on your year celebration? I know you got a lot more of a story to tell.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm invited back, you know, I would love to do a part 2 continuation, maybe a volume, you know.
Absolutely, bro. Well, James, thank you for the video, man. I appreciate it, bro. I wish you the best. Anybody out there watching this video, if you are in active addiction and seeking help, getting in detox, rehab, find a meeting, you name it, I'm gonna put my email in the description. It's also gonna be in the video. please contact me at any time, and I'll do anything I can for you. Or I'll reach out into the area that you're from, and we'll try to get you some help. I'm here for you guys. I love you guys, and that's it. Mind the deal. Subscribe, like, comment below.